Alright, this video was shot by Nikki Franklin. She's a videographer who was standing over by the judges using a camera on a tripod. The video has also been stabilised. So we can see this is figure 1, and that's 2 of 4 on the vertical up and then pushing over, doing a push Humpty, and then a 3/4 roll happens next, and then pulling to the vertical, and a 1/4 roll, and then pulling to level. So
how much G would you be experiencing doing that?
Between about -3 and plus about 6 usually for advanced category sequence. So this is figure 2. The first figure for this is a -1 turn spin. So that's a 1 turn spin. The vertical line, you're always supposed to show a vertical line after a spin, and then pulling to a 45-degree line, and then a full roll. And then pushing, and then a 1/4 roll. That's the end of that sequence. Yeah, the Giles has got a reclined seat. It's got a 45-degree reclined seat, which makes the G forces a lot more tolerable. So that's a 2 of 8, which is a roll through 90 degrees with a hesitation at the 45-degree point. And then pulling, so you can see that's the top of the Humpty, the curve bit. And then that's a half flick. And then to level again. So that's the end of figure 3. So figure 4, that's a half roll and then pushing up through an outside half loop. And then a 2 of 8, which is a 90-degree roll with a hesitation, and then rolling through 3/4 in the opposite direction. You'll notice the score for that one was a 0. That's because the judge didn't see the 2 of 8. But lucky for me, there's 3 judges, and the other 2 judges saw it. So the 0 doesn't have any weight. That's the majority rules for that. This is a rolling turn, so it's a turn through 180 degrees, and then 1.5 rolls. So the first half roll is to the inside, and then the last full roll is to the outside of the turn. So yeah, rolling turns come in the advanced category. And then we have a pull up to the vertical, and then the little angle at the top of that line represents a stall turn, also called a hammerhead. Then the vertical down, then a full flick on the vertical down. I didn't say, I guess it's obvious, what you're seeing at the bottom there is a piece of the score sheet, the score sheet that you saw earlier. So that's 45-degree up, half flick, 45-degree. The rolls, whether it's an aileron roll or a flick roll, they're supposed to be centered on those lines. It's difficult to judge with this style of video. This kind of videoing is good for seeing the attitude of the aircraft, but not so good for like the roundness of a loop or whether a roll is centered and so on. The judges, of course, are just seeing with the naked eye. They don't see a video.
Do the judges ever space out so they get different perspective or not?
Yeah, they do space out, but that's mostly so they can't hear each other, because the judges are supposed to judge independently. It's not a consensus operation. So yeah, that was a loop where the first half of it's an outside loop, and then the second half of it's an inside loop. And this one's figure 9. It's the last figure. So we've got 3 half rolls, 1, 2, 3, and then a 1.5 flick opposite. Yeah, and then at the end of a sequence, you get waggles. So you waggle the wings to indicate to the judges that it's finished. Same at the beginning, you do the waggles to indicate that you're about to start. Yeah.